I'd like to describe the difference between a territory and a state just slightly, or just quickly. A territory of the United States is different than what a true state is. Under territorial law, the people living within the territory are not guaranteed all the rights and privileges of the Constitution. In other words, Congress may make all needful rules and regulations regarding a territory, all needed rules and regulations. In other words, they have unlimited power over a territory. So in a territory, if they want to give you the First Amendment right, then they can. If they want to take that away, then they can. Now, once a territory becomes a state, then all the rights and privileges are guaranteed to the people of that state. Okay, under a territory, they're not guaranteed. Under a state, they are guaranteed. Now, again, this whole land and this whole question is about the ownership of this land, because we claim that this is a state. President Lincoln declared it a state October 31st, 1864, and said that it entered in upon the Union with equal footing with the original 13 states, and it had all the rights and privileges of a state. And yet, the federal government claims ownership over 87% of the state. Okay, so, and they treat it as a territory, and the federal judge said that state law is moot. Okay, so we're being treated as though we are a territory, and this First Amendment area is specific evidence of that. Now let me read the First Amendment. The First Amendment says, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people to peaceably assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So by placing these First Amendment areas there, they had basically suspended the First Amendment rights to all the other area. They said you can express your First Amendment rights here in these areas. So in other words, all churches were outlawed, all religious freedoms were outlawed, all the freedom of speech was outlawed, all the freedom of press was outlawed, the right of the people to peaceably assemble was outlawed, and the right of the people to petition the government for a redress of their grievances was outlawed everywhere except for in those First Amendment areas. Now, if that's not enough to just outrage everybody in America, I don't know what is. On that issue alone. But that is what they did. They said these are our First Amendment areas, and this is the only place, these two little small fenced-in areas without gates, is the only place that you can exercise your First Amendment rights. We should have made sure that the local church was held on Sunday in those areas. That would have been an interesting thing to make happen.
It would.
Anyway, a little bit of complaint was made about them, and the gate was put in. About a 20-foot section of the fence was removed, so now at least they had a gate. At least you can get in and out. And then the governor of the state of Nevada, instead of being the governor that he should have been and demanding that rights and stuff be guaranteed as they are for a state, he complained about it and says, oh yeah, he did kind of this number. We don't really like him, but you know, and you know what the BLM did in that case? Did they take the First Amendment areas down? No. They just opened the back of it up, so now it's kind of a three-sided structure rather than an enclosed four-sided structure. But they did not remove the First Amendment areas.